one. That made me dizzy. We got it though. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Blizzard Girl here with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Reading Rush 2020, which I'm super excited for. Basically, the Reading Rush is a readathon where you try to read as much as you possibly can. Also, each year they put together a set of challenges, and this year I'm going to be doing all of them. So the Reading Rush is taking place July 20th through 26th, and before I show you guys my TBR, or my to be read list for the Reading Rush 2020, I just want to give a big shout out to Ariel and Raylene, who run the Reading Rush channel here on YouTube. All the links will be in the description below to the original video as well as their channel. They are the ones who came up with this awesome list of challenges. Another thing is that you can use one book for multiple challenges, which definitely makes the Reading Rush challenges a little bit easier for slower readers like myself who cannot read a book in a day. But yeah, so that definitely adds to the element of making your to be read or TBR list super fun. So, for the first challenge, we are supposed to read a book with a cover that matches the color of your birthstone. I was born January 30th, so my birthstone is garnet, and I picked the Dark Tower 6 Song of Susanna. And I think this is an absolute perfect choice, especially for the garnet, because there's a lot of different colors of red, especially when you look at like darker colored garnets. There's a lot of different shades, you know, in the stone. So I think this is a really good choice for the first challenge. I am a huge Stephen King fan, and I have read all the Dark Tower books up until this point, as well as a lot of the supplemental books that go along. A little something about me as a reader: I actually only read Stephen King because I'm on the quest for the Dark Tower, and it is not a short one. So the second challenge is to read a book that starts with the word "the." And this one is a perfect one because it is technically called The Dark Tower 6. Even when you Google it, that's what it's known as. So it's a pretty good choice. It works for both of those challenges. And another reason why this book is really good for the Reading Rush is because I think it stands around, 413 pages. There is some really large font. Like the font is pretty large, and I think I could definitely get through this, as well as there's some really interesting illustrations, which also take up some pages. So I think this is definitely a good choice. So the third Reading Rush challenge is to read a book that has inspired a movie you've already seen. And I went ahead with Dolores Claiborne, once again by Stephen King. It's been a long time since I've seen the movie with Kathy Bates, but I remember really enjoying it. And yeah, so this is basically about a woman who's been accused of killing her employer, whose name is Vera Donovan. And it's a first-hand account, basically just describing in her own words what happened. The other thing that I really enjoy about it is that there's not very many words on each page. I anticipate it to be a pretty quick read. It's only 301 pages, so I think this one is a really good candidate for the Reading Rush, and that's why it's on my TBR. The other thing is that this is the first book that I touched. You guys saw that basically what I did was I spun myself around in my chair with a blindfold on, and I almost made myself sick, and I had all of my books on like a table, and this was the one that I dizzily picked. So yeah, this is going to be the number 4 challenge, which is read the first book that you touch. I think I did a pretty good job on that one. And it was completely random. I had no idea where any of the other choices were. So Thumbs up. So, challenge number 5 is to read a book completely outside of your house. I am going to use this as an excuse to set up my tent, and I'm really lucky that I'm in a situation where I do have a yard to do this year, and so I'm definitely going to take advantage of it. I thought this was a really cool challenge. It definitely is a little bit difficult, especially in the times that we're in now, but I'm really lucky, and I'm super excited to spend the day. I'm definitely going to pick one of the shorter books though. Won't be reading anything too long outside. So for the 6th challenge, it's to read a book in a genre that you would like to read more of, or a genre that scares you. So I went ahead with the classic called The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, and I'm actually really excited to give it a shot. It's a super controversial book. About half the people that read it love it, and about half the people that read it hate it based on the internet reviews, and it was actually Ariel from the Reading Rush. I saw her review of this book on YouTube, and she actually inspired me to go ahead and give it a shot. A lot of people say that it's really funny. It's a coming-of-age story about a 16-year-old boy named Holden who gets kicked out of prep school and basically goes to New York on an adventure. Or a bender, and I'm really excited to give it a try. This one could also fall under the category of read a book that starts with the word the, and maybe even perhaps the birthstone cover. So this one is a really good one for the Reading Rush, sitting only at 277 pages, and yeah, got some pretty large print, so I anticipated being a pretty fast read. And this one is by a different author than Stephen King. You know, I'm pretty serious when I say I only read Stephen King books, but in the spirit of the Reading Rush, you know, I'm definitely willing to go outside of my comfort zone for these challenges. The 7th and final challenge is to read a book that takes place on a different continent from where you live. I currently am in Colorado, USA, so I'm in North America. I will be reading The Dark Tower 6 to satisfy this challenge. Mostly because it satisfies a lot of the other challenges, but it does take place in Midworld, which is a fantasy realm that Stephen King has created for the Dark Tower series. Basically, the main characters in this series cross over from our world to the fantasy world known as Midworld. Midworld is drastically different from our world. They don't have technology, they don't have electricity, they don't have advanced weapons like guns over there, so it's definitely a way different experience being in Midworld. So I hope that a fantasy world can qualify for this challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to my TBR list for the Reading Rush 2020, and if you're interested in getting involved with the Reading Rush, I will link in the description below their channel as well as their website, so you can get all the information you need. Once again, the Reading Rush is happening July 20th through 26th, which is exactly the excuse I needed to chill out for a few days and read some really good books. Also, go check out my Twitch channel. I will be live Thursday through Saturday this week around 9 p.m. Eastern. Come hang out and chat live about some books. We also play marbles on stream and just dance. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. It helps out the channel so much. And I will see you guys in the next video.